So for this video, we're going to be doing part 8, the linkage peg. If you were able to make the hitch peg without an issue and you're confident in making that, I'm going to suggest that you just don't watch this video and make the part on your own. If you feel like you need some help on it, then continue to watch the video. Alright, so something that I did before I started the video is I made sure that I created a part studio so that I have a nice fresh one to work with. And I'm just going to mention this now because I keep forgetting to mention it in the videos. Make sure you rename it. Okay, part 8 dash linkage peg. Okay, I think I forgot that in the last 2 videos, so I just want to mention it now. Alright, so we're going to go to sketch, front of our cube, so that was front plane, and then front of our cube to flatten it out. Now we're going to add in our line. I'm actually going to start up here first, and I'll show you why in a second. So we're going to draw down, draw over. Okay. So basically what I did in one shot is I drew all the lines, the straight lines for our shape, except for the curve. So when you add this line in, make sure you go down to the origin. So then you can see that some lines are turning black, some are still that bright blue. Just so then when you start dimensioning, you know if everything's locked down in place. You want to make sure it connects to the origin. Alright, so the first dimension I'm going to place in is my tallest dimension. Okay, so it's right here. So it is 0.325. Alright, you can see it shrunk everything, so it's small. So if you're on a laptop, what you're going to have to do is go over to here and zoom to window. Since I'm on a desktop, I can just zoom in. And also I can back out of the dimension tool and scoot that in so I can see everything all at once. Oh, also if you are on a desktop or using a mouse, your scroll wheel that you can zoom with, if you click on it, you can actually use it to pan, so that's what this is called, pan, and you are moving the whole screen around. You're not zooming in and out, you're just shifting where your focus is at. Alright, so the next one I'm going to put in is our second tall dimension here, so our second height. So that is 1/4 of an inch. So that is 0.25. Alright, so I'm going to put in now this bottom piece. So this one I'm putting in different than I did in the other video. The other video I showed you how to place it in using one of the lines and changing it into a construction line that also works as a center line. This one I'm going to show you what to do if you don't do that. So I have my dimension here for the bottom diameter. So that is 0.0625. Okay, the problem with typing this in and then hitting enter is this is the diameter, not the radius. And the way that I placed it in is the radius. So therefore I need to divide by 2. Alright, and that'll be like nice and skinny. So if yours looks kind of chunky, you need to fix that. And then just divide by 2. So I'm going to move this over. And I'm not sure if you could see it on yours or my screen or in the video, but the dimension that it shows is 0.031. I think it's rounding, so it probably has some more digits to it, so make sure you type it in and then divide by 2. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is add in our 3-point arc. Okay, so if yours shows a different little image, remember you could just click on the arrow and then, oh, not 3-point arc, sorry. I want center point arc. 3-point is the default one. Center point is this one. Okay, so I want to make sure that do not get this square. You want to go above it. The reason for that is so we can shift that center point around later. So we're going to put it in, click on at the top, click on the line. Now we want the square. We are going to use the trim tool, which, oh, where'd it go when it's mushed? Oh, here it is. Okay. So if your screen's mush like mine is, you can find it under the fillet tool. If your screen's a little bit wider, it should just be showing up without an issue. So trim, the little pair of scissors, I can trim that off. So you can see that we still have this blue arc. We need to dimension that. So we're going to go to dimension, click on the arc, click over, and we need to type in our surface radius. So our surface radius is right here, and larger font right here. So that is 0.1562. And I can hit enter. So this is what the start of your object will look like. And you can see that we have a light gray for our background and kind of a little bit of a darker gray for inside the shape. So as long as it's showing those two different colors and they're not both the same, then you know that you have made a shape that can be extruded or revolved. So for this one, we're going to use revolve. So we're going to click on the green check mark. We are going to go to revolve. All right, we're going to tell it this is the face that we want to revolve, and we want to revolve it around, I want to revolve it around this axis. There we go. Okay. So if I look at it from the edge, you can see that that is our object. It looks like our image. And then we can click our green check mark, and the linkage peg is all set. Alright, so from here you can move on to the work drawing. If you were confident in making the work drawing for the hitch peg, then you can skip the next video. But if you think you need a little bit of help getting going, I suggest that you might want to watch it. Alright, so good luck!